Hello everyone. So I want to talk about something really important. This topic has been in my head for the longest time, and I've always been ignoring it because it's a sensitive topic, at least for me, and I know it is for a lot of people. But it's important and it needs to be talked about. If even one person sees this video and realizes that they are wrong and tries to improve themselves, I would be super happy. So sometimes parents don't realize the way that they're talking to their kids. And I'm very obedient. Since childhood, I've always been a very calm person. There has been times when my anger just completely explodes. But that happens because I always control it. So I don't know, controlling is the problem. I don't know. But obedient child always gets so much hate from their own parent. And I mean, in front of other people, they would be worshipping their kid. They would be like, my kid is the best. They don't do anything. We never have to worry about them. But the reason why you don't have to worry about your kid is because he or she is feeling everything, but nothing is coming out of her mouth or his mouth. He's not going to tell you. She's not going to tell you. She's or he is going to keep it inside, but not going to tell you because they know how you react. Your reaction is problematic. You are going to create a problem if they tell you that they have a problem. So, I feel like parents are supposed to be the people who you should go for solutions. You should not be scared to share your problems. But some parents are just problematic. It's like you better solve it yourself. If you tell me, I'm gonna make it worse for you because you are gonna be the problem then. They're gonna tell you you are the problem. Even if anything happens, you are the problem. And I just hate that because what does it get you after you are done being an obedient child? I like, when you have been an obedient child for your whole childhood, it kind of becomes your identity. Everybody knows you as the obedient child who always listens, who never says anything, who never backfires, right? Who never disrespects. But what about the parents? Do you even know how the parents talk to their kids? It's the kids who make themselves understand that, okay, I don't have to get angry. It's okay, they're my parent. I'm gonna just be okay with it, even if I'm not okay with it, which is basically self harm. Okay, self harm is not just something which is visible, it's also mentally. Okay, so people need to understand that when they're talking to their kids, I don't care about other people, but if you are the parent, you can't talk to your kid in a bad way. If they have been obedient their whole life, even if they haven't been, that's whatever you have to do, that's your choice. But if they have been obedient their whole life, there's no way, you don't have a right to talk to them in a bad way because they sacrifice so much. And I'm saying this from my experience because there has been times when I should have spoken up, but I decided to not say anything because I'm the obedient child. I'm not supposed to say anything, or I'm gonna look bad in front of people, even if I'm feeling bad on the inside. And after doing so much, keeping all that inside, even though I know I should have spoken up, I know I should have, backfired. Um, if after doing so much, your parents do not talk to you in the right way, it's not worth it. So I feel like it's so important to make sure that your parents realize it's not okay, it's not acceptable, and you should change yourself. As parents, I feel like parents always think that they're right. They're God and they're right because they're older than us. They have more experience. But if you have more experience, then you should be more like you should know better. That's all I'm saying. You should know how to talk to your kids. I mean, the kind of children I have been, I never went to parties. I never, went out with a guy. I'm not saying that I've been controlling myself. I'm just saying that I've just never been the kind of person who would do all these things. And if your child is naturally just like this, who likes to stay home, does not like to cross the boundaries, who is always very obedient, just naturally like that. And if you're still gonna behave badly, you're the problem, okay? You are the problem. Just know that. And when you decide not to speak up because you've been obedient your whole life, so it kind of becomes your mentality and you don't speak up even if your parent talks to you in a bad way, that's when the parent thinks that, okay, this person does not speak. That means I can do whatever I want. I can speak to them however I want because they won't speak back. How sad is that? It's so sad. And I've literally cried about this. Like, you can hear it in my voice. I've cried about this for like half an hour because it's so sad that when a kid is obedient their whole life, you decide to talk to them like that. What's the point of being obedient if that's how the kids are going to be treated? Nowadays, people literally don't care about their parents, they only care about themselves. Whatever they want to do with their life and whatever they want, they go out dating, they go out doing whatever, like club and parties and smoking and drinking and whatnot. If we are not like that, then we don't deserve to be treated badly. Okay? And if you're going to treat me badly, if you're going to treat anybody badly, even after being obedient for the whole life, I feel like we should probably not care about the rules that we have been following for so many years. It just comes into the practice. I feel like you don't intentionally try to stay inside or intentionally try not to break the rules, but it's just that you know that this is wrong. I should not do that, so I can protect the respect and pride and everything. But the parents don't care about your happiness, and they don't care about how you're going to feel if they talk to you in a bad tone. I hate it when somebody talks to me in a bad tone. I just hate it, especially when I've been super nice to them and I've always tried to be as good as I can. I mean, there are parents who actually give examples to their kids that this is how you should be. And you're being hated by your own parent. How great is that? I'm not gonna pinpoint anyone, but I think after this whole conversation, everybody realized who I'm talking about. And I'm just gonna leave it to you guys. I just want you to realize that if you ever end up having kids, well, that's a future thing. But if you ever end up having kids, just don't talk to them in a bad way, even after they have been obedient, even if even after they haven't broken any rules, even after they have always been respectful towards you. I mean, why does a kid get hate after they have been respectful towards you? Like, should they not be getting respect as well? Why am I more mature than the people who are older than me? I will survive, right? Hmm, hopefully. And you know what is the worst part? I am talking about all this to my camera. I'm talking about all this to you guys instead of talking to the person who actually caused this whole mess and chaos. Because I can't. If you talk to that person, if you decide to talk to that person who actually disrespected you or talked to you in a bad way, they're again gonna do the same thing. They're gonna just, talk to you in a bad way, disrespect you, or just, it's bad, guys. It's super bad for your mental health. And parents don't realize when they do that. I'm not talking about every single parent because I've never been to other people's house, but I think you get it. I don't need to sort of define the whole thing. I think you know what I mean. Half of the mental health just vanishes when somebody disrespects you or talks to you in that way. And then you want me to focus on my studies. Also, you want me to follow my passion, whatever I'm interested in. You also want me to be decent and respectful towards everybody. I'm not a freaking robot. You're expecting way too much. The only thing that I expect, the only thing that any kid from this generation expect from their parents is to be a little understanding. They can't even do that. There you go. There's a few parents that I've seen who are super understanding, who literally are like besties with you. But then there are parents who actually make you cry for 1 hour and then they make a video like this that I'm making right now.